Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the second stream of the day. Pumping the beats. We'll play this one out a little bit. That's the sound of the U.S. government about to dump some Bitcoin on the old open Coinbase market. So if you read the title right, we got the government selling Silk Road Bitcoin. Is this the Democrats' parting gift? Is this Joe Biden and all the Dems that are about to get kind of power shifted, off to the sides, and then now going into a primarily Republican pro-crypto run administration? They're thinking to themselves, what could we do now to basically rug pull the industry? Well, we might want to start shifting around some of that old Silk Road Bitcoin. So we have this, U.S. government moving $1.9 billion worth of BTC to a new address. So we have it also right here. And if you didn't know, this is actually the U.S. government's total portfolio. So BTC is their biggest holding, and it's from all of confiscation. So the government doesn't have to buy Bitcoin. The government just takes it. That most of their Bitcoin that they hold is actually from confiscation, which I find fascinating. A lot of it being the Silk Road Bitcoin, and so this is this Silk Road Bitcoin that was moved here. This is you can see here. If we see the transfers, this is let's see if we can get the most recent transfers, because we just saw the ones that were from just 7 hours ago. And if we refresh this page, maybe we'll see the transfers that it was indeed just, here we go. 8 hours ago, Silk Road DOJ confiscation of the Silk Road Bitcoin, Coinbase Prime deposit. So this is where that Bitcoin is ending up, was in Coinbase. So what is going to happen? Are they going to sell it? Are they dumping it? I mean, are they just doing it to scare the market, to create some market manipulation? You see the chart here, put the market down pretty substantially. We said, look, our last stream at 11:30 earlier this morning, we were saying, look, Bitcoin is in at a point where it's kind of indecisive. It's moving sideways, and we could either dump down to some previous levels of support, which would be at, if you're looking at this Bitstamp chart here, we want to go into the 45-minute real quick. Let's see here, because we had these levels marked. We said, look, any level that we could probably go down to would be some of these previous, support levels. So, we hit some of this support level here, and then we bounced. Are we going to continue going to the downside, like we were saying, if we are going to be indecisive, and then Bitcoin actually decides to end up going to this 91,000 level, which was this previous support level? Or are we going to have the bulls come in control, and we can get some bounces off of this support here, which was kind of what happened. So you can see here in the past 45 minutes here, we've gotten some candle. We got a nice candle to the downside, hitting that low liquidity of 94,000, kind of shaking out, kind of doing some liquidations, because, one of my trades actually did get liquidated, and I had to refresh the screen. I was like, what? Come on. It's like, all right, come on, Bitcoin. So that's the thing with, Bitcoin goes down. If you're in altcoin trades, some of these can get wrecked. But then I noticed something, guys. So here I want to show you something. Look at what happened with FTM all during this, though. So with everything else going down and all of the altcoins that were getting smashed here, my FET trade that I had was the one that got liquidated. And that was the one that I was thinking, sure enough, we'll have a nice little insurgence going into AI. Nah, did not happen. Ended up, we were getting more volume coming into things like FTM. And so FTM has been showing so much resilience during these dips. And I've been noticing this trend. I've been noticing the trend with FTM, that it's been really holding up strong whenever Bitcoin is going down. It's been one of the most resilient coins here. So I just want to, yeah, it is what it is. You know, it happens. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day. So I think, though, you know, with the potential of these trades, you know, if we can keep Bitcoin above these certain levels, like basically we want to keep Bitcoin above this level. Like we want to keep Bitcoin above this 90K level. If we could still go sideways, it is what it is, but we really want to stay above these levels, because if we were to break again down into like 88,000, between 88,000 and 86,000, this previous level here, you know, you can see here, look, this pattern looks really similar, doesn't it? You know, if you look at the 45-minute, you can see this interesting pattern that happened where we went sideways for a while, but then we finally broke out right here. And so you can see that, look at this pattern. It kind of looks very similar, and we're just kind of going sideways. And can we see another shelf, another step up to the next level? And so I kind of look at it almost like a staircase. Like it's like, all right, we got a up little shelf, next level up, little stopping point, and then we go up again. And this is when we're going to crush that 100K level. We'll get some more parabolic moves. And I think, you know, a conservative level would be that, you know, we go up 13% from where we're at. So if we go up 13% from where we're at, that's crossing 100K, getting us to about 109K, 110K. And that's kind of like the base conservative breakout point for Bitcoin that a lot of people are looking at. You know, they're looking at, you know, a breakout point of at least like, you know, 115, 120K. And that's what we're actually looking at for the curve, because the curve of where we came from eyes 120K. So if we can get to that point, it'd be really nice. And it'd actually be really nice too if you guys can smash up the like button. So we really appreciate you guys coming into these live streams. We love every single one of you. We like you coming in and interacting and just giving me your thoughts and your observations of the market, and just being interactive in these live streams, which means you have to participate. You have to actually put some things in the chat. You can even raid the chat, blast it with emojis. I don't care, but you got to be hitting the like button as well. All right, so we want to go through. Let's see some of the what's some other bullish things that we want to talk about here. Oh yeah, this point of view. If you said Wojak wasn't a good coin, we thought that was a funny picture. Then we have this. This is bullish. So Reddit is planning to mass buy Pepe tomorrow at 12 Eastern Standard Time. So community event. Spread the word. December 3rd tomorrow. Apparently in this Reddit, there's a lot of people that are in this Reddit. We are all leaping together on December 3rd to purchase 20 to $100, worth of Pepe each. This sub had 16,000 people. If we all act, we can pump this thing past Shiba Inu to the moon. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Are you going to be a part of this? I mean, I just buy Pepe anyway, so for me, it's like it's like just another day. You know, I've been thinking about it. My wife was like, you know, because she's been hearing about the XRP. She's actually, it's funny. My wife caught a real nice algorithm of crypto content on Instagram, and so she's been showing me all these things. And it's funny that now she actually made her own meme. I forgot to grab it. She sent it to me, and I was supposed to post it. Oh my god, it's actually really funny. We'll have to. You guys will have to. If you're following me at DanoCrypto904, then I will be posting that as soon as the stream ends, which will be at around like 8:45. So, but yeah, everyone's been kind of talking about XRP. You know, obviously XRP has been just crushing it recently. It's added like an extra like $50 billion or almost $100 billion in market cap recently with the pumpage. And so now sitting at $2.71. It's really awesome. Past 7 days has been up 91%. It's done really, really nice. And yeah, basically XRP was just at like 100. What was it? What was it at? It was just at like it was just below Solana. So it was just below Solana, just added like basically $100 billion in market cap, being the third largest cryptocurrency in existence. And so, but everyone's kind of thinking, okay, well, not everyone's thinking, but I'm thinking. What is the retail mindset of coming into the cryptocurrency markets? Are they gonna like be FOMOing into XRP? Are they going to be FOMOing into XRP? Do you think they're going to be FOMOing and trying to buy up a bunch of XRP because they saw a TikTok of someone saying that it was going to go to $10,000? I don't know. My best guess is that retail's more likely to buy Dogecoin and to buy Cardano, actually. Like, I almost hesitate to say it, but I really think that it would be Dogecoin, Cardano, Shiba Inu, AVAX, and Pepe. Pepe is actually going to be, I think, very much almost like a Doge of this cycle for meme coins because of the support that it's been getting, how bullish the charts have been looking. If you guys have been analyzing the charts with me, you've been seeing these these breakouts, how bullish the listings have been, and just how solid of a meme coin project it is, because it's simple. It's Pepe, it's memes. You can meme anything with Pepe. And Jordan Shirtlift says Litecoin, LTC Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin is pumping. Litecoin is doing really well too. Litecoin is doing really, really well. We told you guys that Litecoin is going to be a really good metric. Once Litecoin starts to get over, I think we said $130 or $150, that's when we're going to be back like in altcoin season. And so Litecoin is your easy metric into looking into where you could be taking some profits on altcoins. And it's kind of like, it's like an oscillating wave of when to look for entries into the market and also to get out of the market. So you're DCAing, your dollar cost averaging in, and then your dollar cost averaging out. And I think Litecoin, when it's at like $350, because from previous cycles, we've discussed this before. We've showed you guys the Litecoin oscillating wave, basically, where every bull market we've seen this happen. You've seen this, parabolic zone, bear market, parabolic zone, bear market, and we're basically sitting at the middle of the parabolic zone, which is great. So, we still have some time. We still actually have some time before we get to, like a $500 Litecoin, because I think $500 Litecoin, that's kind of in the cards. If history kind of, rhymes a little bit, doesn't repeat exactly, this is where we'll be heading about, in this range. And so I think once Litecoin is around in that range, you could speculate that some of these altcoins, like, I don't know, AVAX would be at, $250 per AVAX. Chainlink will be breaking out finally, surpassing up to, 100, maybe $100 Chainlink, $125 Chainlink, 150. People have been saying, $150 Chainlink, but I think it'd be safe to say that a realistic price point for Chainlink to kind of probably top out would be like $122, 393% move to the upside. And then Cardano is going to be interesting because we might see where Cardano could really, really do some movements here and start to crush back through its all-time high, and then go to maybe $5 to $10, and then that would be getting some serious gains on Cardano. And so I think our goal here is to say, okay, well, what is going to be actually the institutional pick? It's not really necessarily what is retail going to buy. Yeah, retail can move some charts, but what's really going to move the chart is this, it's the ETF. So if you guys understand the ETFs, this is what is actually going to be moving this money supply. There's like this thing called the M2 money supply, and it's basically like the amount of fiat cash that is in each currency that is circulating around in the world. And so at different points in the cycles, there's more money, circling around. There's more money in investments. And so when you start to see it go, then go down, it means that, whatever they then printed and had in the system and printed out and had it as the big money supply, they are then going to then put it into the markets. They're going to put it into the markets. They're going to put it into the fastest, whatever the best performing thing is. And so right now, the best performing thing in terms of like inflows, in terms of percentage growth, in terms of, return on investment and sound money, and something that could be, can battle inflation, can battle the debasement of the actual currency itself, is Bitcoin. And so, and then through the modalities of these ETFs, that's where we're going to see the most inflows and the most cash going into this ecosystem. And that's how we're going to see a $7 to $10 trillion total crypto market cap value, where Bitcoin is worth $7 trillion and Ethereum is worth like $2 trillion. We got XRP worth, $1 trillion. It could very well happen, we had, or XRP at least at like maybe like 500, the market cap of Ethereum. And then I wonder what Solana would be, things like Tron. And so, but I like to think of Ethereum as the next bucket of water that's going to fill with the institutional money, because it's kind of flowing into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's kind of been the obvious pick. It's been the obvious winner. It's been the solid yearly return asset of 150, 175%. If you would a dollar cost average into just Bitcoin, you'd be up in profit 175% on average on the year. And so now the only things that have been able to outpace that, in terms of some of these altcoins, is like now has been XRPs, been Solana. Cardano's catching up, but on the year, now it's finally, caught up with it being XRP. So let's see, where's the price change history? Let me go here, and then let's go and see like what is actually. And then if you think about it on terms of the year, the thing that's outperformed this list that we've had, if you watch these live streams, we've gone through this list of altcoins that, we think are probably going to do really well. And we remember a lot of these from the last cycle, some of these being, fairly new, like not super new, but, newish, that being Metis and Nakamoto Games, and then that's probably the only ones. All these other ones are from the previous cycle, at least over 2, 3 years old, 4 years old, but you can see here Pepe, 1,646% on the year. Dogecoin being at 389%. So what's funny is that Dogecoin, compared to Bitcoin, has always outperformed Bitcoin. And so Dogecoin is this really interesting asset of its own, because, you think about the existence of Dogecoin. It's been around, for a long time now, in its existence. I mean, it's been, one of the grandfathered meme coins, one of the most successful meme coins. It's been able to stand the test of time. And so what's so interesting is that, like, you could say that, well, if I were to have just DCA'd also into Dogecoin as a blue chip altcoin, then you would be then outperforming a lot of stuff. You'd be outperforming a big, substantial portion of the market, in terms of what I'm seeing here as of the year. So if you're looking at, the year, then out of all these things that are a little exposure to like, it's got some layer 1s, layer 2s, there's some DeFi protocol in here, there's some crypto gaming, there's Litecoin, I mean, there's some chains that are involved with gaming, Ronin chain, some metaverse tokens, there's some AI stuff in here, and out of all of that stuff, the best thing that you could have been buying in the top 5 here is Solana, Near Protocol, XRP, Dogecoin, and Pepe. So I find that's just fascinating. Like, so I don't have Bitcoin in this list because I wanted to exclude Bitcoin. This is just everything besides Bitcoin. And so it's good to look at this because then you can really start to think about how you really want to allocate and maybe position yourself in a good solid portfolio, because you're like, okay, what is actually going to be the better thing to hold through the bull run, and what is going to be the best performers, and what's going to be the best narratives that play out. And I think it's important to do that. And smash up the like button if you guys agree with that. And if you are doing this currently, this is something right now that if you haven't done this would be a smart thing to do. If you're new to the space and you're trying to figure out like how to navigate this, like, what do I do? Well, do just this, like, do exactly this. Like, this website's really fun. It's called coingolive.com. You can really see, like, the price. It's really easy. Just it has a calculate price. You got an all-time high list, price change history. I really like using. I like using these. This is why I use this particular website. I like the all-time high setup, and I like the price change history. So then I can and then once you build up your favorites, you can go into those right there and then click on this, and then it'll pull all that stuff together of your favorite coins all in this list. And we've been having fun using this particular one. But yeah, you can do that with CoinMarketCap, do the same thing. And then you can also see that, look, CoinMarketCap has the narratives all right here. Basically the ones that are the most popular that everyone's talking about, being memes, the Solana ecosystem, AI, gaming, real world assets, DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure, networks, which is basically just like, real world data that needs to be either, decentralized in a manner of just validating it through a blockchain, whether it be location services or item services, or whether if it's like a company that has a bunch of different, item trackings or different things that are happening. It could be a construction site, all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of things that can go into the DePIN section. And then you got the AI memes. Now the AI memes is its own thing, where it's like there is a complete separate narrative, separate to AI, but there are, like Goat Zeus Maximus, the AI memes or Truth Terminal, stuff like that. So, I mean, whatever floats your boat, guys. I mean, at this point, really, I feel like it would be important to keep it simple. Try not to go down the gambling pump fund route too much. It's basically like stepping into the casino, and eventually you have to step out of the casino and get the crust out of your eyes and like get the sun in your eyes and just be like, okay, like, You need to be able to actually quit your job. Like, if you have a job and you're working 9 to 5, or you're having something that you don't want to do, the way that you're actually going to be able to quit that is you have passive income coming in, like actual passive income. And the way you're going to be able to do that is to have your money that you have built up either through trading or investing or anything of that matter, and you are getting dividends paid back through either if you figured out how to use crypto with DeFi to be able to use yield farming, to be able to use staking opportunities, whether you've learned how to do liquidity pools where you're getting providing liquidity, getting those things back, getting the fees back, or you're going as boring as going into the traditional finance and putting some of that and getting some money back. So that's how you're actually going to be able to, quote, quit your job, because then you have steady money coming in. You're not just gambling on meme coins. You know, you have something set in place that is long-term beneficial. Like, you need to be thinking Michael Saylor style long-term accumulation for this market, because it's not just going to be a flash in the pan, $3 trillion market cap again, and then a bear market for 2 years. It's not like that anymore. Like, there's way more to this cryptocurrency market and where we're going in the next 4 years and in the next 10 years. So you have to think about the next 10 years. Like, if you could retire in the next 10 years, then that wouldn't be too bad or off the mark of what the trajectory of what the average, quote, retirement year of being 65, or like between 60 and 65. So if you're 30 something right now or 20 something, and if you can set yourself up to retire in the next 10 years, that is not too shabby. I mean, that's not too shabby for the average person. So that's how you have to think, and it's totally possible, and you could even do it even sooner than that. That's the thing. Like, you could do it even sooner than 10 years. You could do it in 4 years. You could do it in possibly even 3 years. It all depends on how serious are you going to get with it. How serious are you going to get with your finances and your money? You know, are you going to study this stuff? Are you going to start to actually treat this thing with more, patience? And I can't think of the words, but there's something that switches and clicks in your brain once you start to actually see the money and the DCAing and the efforts that you've put in over just even maybe a couple months. You start to see it grow. That's when you start to feel that. Then you start to realize that, wow, this can compound very fast if I just keep on the strategy. Like, you just keep locked in. You keep, like, don't get distracted. And so exponential compounding, small incremental wins over time will win the race. And that's kind of what's been my mentality. You know, just step out of the gambling mindset, step out of thinking you're going to put in $1,000 and then the next day you're going to be a millionaire. You know, it's just, if you can have the long game, I think that would be the most beneficial for your psyche and for your portfolio. And it's not to say that you don't, gamble a little bit, speculate a little bit. These meme coins are fun. I mean, there's always going to be something new. There's always going to be something. And I'm not saying like to not do it, because there definitely is opportunities out there for sure. But if you think about it in this way, think that you say you didn't know about crypto and you didn't have exposure. What else were you doing to increase your chances of becoming a millionaire? What were you doing? So if you weren't doing crypto or investing or building up a portfolio or whatever it may be, then what were you doing? So the whole thing that you can start to then wrap your head around is like, okay, well, I had, before learning about investing and actually making my money work for me, what was your actual plan of actually getting ahead? If you didn't understand that inflation is eating up the value of your actual hard-earned work and what you get paid to do, whatever it may be, whatever you get paid to do, it's being devalued. And so if you're not putting it into something that's going to grow over time, then it's becoming worthless, the money that you're holding. And so if you weren't taught that, and then you're going into your jobs and you're going into these things and you think you're getting a raise, but you're really not getting a raise, or you think you're getting ahead, but you're really not getting ahead. You listen to Michael Saylor's story, and he said, I was in complete despair before I found Bitcoin. He said, I worked for countless hours, hours of just grinding out his company, to then realize that like he still couldn't get ahead. Even have a company on the stock exchange, have a MicroStrategy, knowing that people were working against him for him to fail. And then the only way he was able to get himself out was to find something like Bitcoin and then study it, and then just they went all in. I mean, they went all in, and it worked very well for him. And so I just think about it in terms of, this is how you can start to really take it more seriously, that, wow, like, if I wasn't in crypto at all, then I would have been in a 35, 45 year rabbit hamster wheel cycle. But now that I know about crypto and the potential it has of compounding gains and learning about these cycles, I could, in less than 10 years, actually retire, and have money to be able to pass down to maybe your kids, build up a wealth fund, and actually do some damage. Not in 30 years, not some like 35-year freaking mortgage BS kind of time frame, retire at 65 bullcrap. No, like a real 10-year outlook from where you're at right now is not too damn shabby. And so you need to start thinking about that. Start thinking about that, because it's not that bad. Because if you didn't even know about crypto at all, or even trying to do this stuff, or even investing at all, you would have been with the classic 35-year outlook in your brain. But now you can start to think about, oh wow, I can actually do it in 5 to 10 years. Look at how, even though the first two years of the administration coming out of 2020 was holy moly, that felt like 4 years on its own, just those 2020 and 2021. But now that we're here and we're literally about to go into 2025, and it now almost seems like, wow, like what? Well, okay, well now we got the these next 4 years, and so, man, it's gonna get crazy, guys. But it really, like, you don't. I think that's how I have to remind myself. It's like, I could do really well on the trades. I think some of these coins that I hold could do really well in the next 4 months. I mean, my portfolio could be doing even better than it's doing right now. And I still want to, in my mind, know that, like, oh, there's just so much more to go. There's so much more to do. There's so much more in ways that you can protect your wealth and make sure you can keep it. Like, that's the whole game, is like, once you make it, can you keep it? Like, that's the whole game. You make the wealth, and then your job is to keep it. Your job is then now to not lose it and keep it and make that grow again. And so we've heard of the classic stories of that people that made, millions of dollars in crypto lost it all. Woodrow Wilson said, "Did you sell your XYO early?" Yes, I did. I think I told you guys that. Oh no, we getting a crash. I think I told you guys that. I said the XYO was one of those coins that every time it felt like I would get up a nice balance. I would sell some for, just needing to sell some. And XYO I'll still buy some right now. I mean, I will buy it at the price that it is right now and feel totally okay with it. I'm going to build up the bag again. But, it is what it is. I know it's like I want to hold everything for forever, but the things that I've actually been holding pretty strong are things like Pepe and Ponky, Bitcoin, like AVAX, Dogecoin. These are the things that I'm just like not selling. Like I just want to hold these things for a little bit and see what they can do. Like Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10 Inu, that's another one. Ticker Bitcoin. And Woodrow Wilson said, I bought because you told me like a year ago, never sold. Well, good on you. Well, then that means your portfolio is probably doing very well right now. Yeah, I told you guys that, XYO is like a sleeper coin. XYO is a sleeper coin. When Ethereum starts to do well, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to get into what I think is the next trade. We were wondering, like, when are we going to get into this ETH trade? We want to get into the ETH trade, but we're just thinking, like, is it going to break down anymore? Is there any more room for it to go lower? What entry do we have? And so this is on the daily. The daily chart looks like it's kind of has this inverse head and shoulders pattern. This kind of this thing going on. Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, there's been times where I've had to do some shuffling around that I didn't really necessarily wanting to shuffle things around. But now I feel like more than ever I feel pretty solid like in my portfolio. Like, you know how it is. Like, you guys have had your portfolios go at different values, basically all over the place. You've probably had to sell some. You've probably like bought some. There's been some still you were just like, I will absolutely not sell. And that's how it becomes this journey and this thing of how you can ultimately, I don't know what happened here. What is going on here? Oh, that's what that is. All right, so now we got the 1 hour. Okay, so really interesting what's happening with ETH. We had a little breakdown here. ETH 3,500, 3,559 that would have been a nice little spot. We were thinking to get in an ETH entry. We'll want to use an inverse perpetuals, which is basically using Ethereum to get more ETH. You can do the same thing with Bitcoin, where you can use your Bitcoin as collateral to go long or short, and you will get paid in your profits in Bitcoin or ETH. And so we're doing this on PHEMEX. So if you want to do this yourself on PHEMEX, we have a link in the description, and it's our platform that we choose to do those types of inverse perpetuals. And we're going to start using this platform a little bit more often for that fact, so we can actually get more of these assets basically with this little hackeroni. But yeah, ETH, I think, might be the next trade. Like I said, it's the institution pick. It's going to be, I love this explanation of Ethereum. Ran had a conversation with Raoul Paul recently, and Rand said, he's like, I love ETH. I went to ETHCon, and he said that I love that the Ethereum developers are working so hard. They're working so hard to fix a problem that's already been solved by the layer 2s. And then Raoul Paul said, yes, of course. But he said, look, the reason why ETH is going to still do really well, and that it's going to still probably stay as the second largest cryptocurrency against Bitcoin, is the fact that, people could use Solana kind of like how Solana is like Apple. Solana is like Apple. Apple has a lot of great products that are maybe more focused to like media companies, editing software, whatever it may be, to gear towards using Apple products. But then you think about the traditional banking system and TradFi and all those, the medical institutions, the hospitals, the banks, they all run on Microsoft. And they historically have used Microsoft because it's had the longest support, it's had the longest run of developers and software, and just more resources available. And so that's what Ethereum is. Ethereum is like Microsoft and Solana and whatever it may be, quote whatever layer 1 or layer 2 is like. It's just like another company, that you can use it, but the institutions are going to use what they are going to be more familiar with, what they know, and I think Ethereum is going to be that pick. So that's kind of why I actually did something super boring. I normally would be more degenerate than this, but I'm trying to have a more sustained portfolio this cycle. With my profits that I made trading over the past couple weeks, I bought a whole Ethereum at like an average price of 3,100, I think. And so now ETH's sitting at 3,600. I'm almost, I'm getting close to being almost $1,000 in profit with that ETH purchase. And I also bought $1,000 worth of Cardano. And so I did that because I think these coins to as a long-term play might do really, really well with the ties, the dots, the connections that all these coins are going to have over time in this administration in the coming 4 years. And so yeah, I'm curious to see what ETH will do, like with that purchase, with that spot purchase I did. I'm curious to see what that ETH would be worth at the end of this cycle. Could it be 10K? Could it be 15K? I mean, for just one ETH at 3,100 average price, that's not too bad. So it's kind of like my hedge, on the market. And people thinking that Ethereum's is gonna die. It's just like, no, it's gonna be used just as much as everything else, and maybe just as much, and if not more than everything else, because of what Raoul Pal explained. And he knows a thing or two about the traditional finance and how they operate, and what they're gonna kind of bid into next. And from what I'm seeing, obviously I know we see XRP. XRP is pumping hard. I mean, yes, there's going to be institutional adoption with XRP. Could be an XRP ETF coming down the pipe here soon. But I still think that ETH is going to be the top dog. It's like Bitcoin and ETH are still going to be pushing that market cap up even higher. And yes, these things are going to get close and they will get the value, but I mean, they're just still always going to be under. It just might be that way, that they're still always going to be under Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that's what the institutions are going to basically put most of the money in. And then everything else is going to be speculated into by the degens. Headband, you can laugh all you want, but it's true. You know it to be true. We're in such this little crypto, little degen bubble on YouTube and Twitter, but for the, the Headband said, if you saw the 4K I made into 400K, you'd understand. Are you trading our XRP memes? Is that what you're doing? The XRP memes. Were you able to sell? Is the 400K liquid? Can you take it out right now and go and buy a golden toilet? Or is it just sitting in an XRP wallet? All right, well then you can all buy us. Then you can all buy us drinks. Then you can all buy us drinks. Then Headband High. Well, we're trying to turn our ticker Bitcoin and our Pepe into 400K. So we'll see how that goes. Headband Highs thinks it is the XRP meme cycle. I mean, have we checked the XRP memes? Did we go to the deck screener? Were we really gonna do this? Were we really gonna pull up XRP memes on the deck screener? Is that what we're really about to do right now? Is it even on here yet? XRPL. More Money said, is XYO network a possible 100x? I think XYO is definitely undervalued. I think it has the potential to get to 10 cents, 15, 20 cents. I think that's like my target. That's my true target. So that would be 1,000%, 1,000% or more move to the upside if it hits that target. Right now, if it goes to its all-time high, that is a 600% move to the upside. So even from its prices that it's at right now, we still have a lot more room to go. And so like the nature of the altcoin season and the bull run, it gets crazy. Like these things can go up like 60% in the day and then ultimately up to 600 to 1,000% in a matter of a few months. It could happen in a month. It could happen in 2 months. But, I mean, you see what happened with Stellar Lumens recently. Stellar Lumens went up a freaking on the month, went up 400%. 486% in the month. So, yeah, it's crazy. So let's look at these XRP memes. So what are you getting into, Headband? What is something? Let's see what has the most liquidity. Okay, so so we want to look at the liquidity. Army, I would just go ahead and right off the bat, I would just be like, okay, if there's one thing that the XRP community has called themselves is the XRP Army. So that, I mean, what about this one? Have you seen this one, Headband? Is Army a good one? It's at a $45 million market cap, 2.8 liquidity. Doesn't show anything about it being locked up. Looks like it had a nice little crash here, but it looks like it's getting a little recovery. But yeah, so this is just, I'm pulling up the highest liquidity. I want to see what actually has some decent liquidity here. Okay, so you said. Oh yeah, well that's what happens. It's always the pivot. It's like everyone because that's what happened. It was like Solana, and then it went to Tron, and then it went from Ton, and then it went to Tron, and then it went to Sui, and then it went back to Sol, and then now it's Sol XRP. And then I think here soon we might see Cardano. We might see Cardano DeFi and some meme coins on Cardano going wild. I know we have a few. We have Charles Hoskinson's Pig, Nike. There's also Snek. There's Snek. Those are the ones that I'm familiar with on Cardano. But yeah, I know you guys love the meme coins. You love the meme coins. Let's see. ETH. We want to check on ETH though. Like this is what we like to do. We like to look at the strong ETH liquidity tokens. Look at that liquidity. Such nice high liquidity. We got Pepe at $70 million in liquidity. Chainlink, $38 million. Mogcoin. I love seeing Chainlink and Pepe together in this list. I love it's like between Mog and Pepe, you have Chainlink. I love it. Smash up the likes. Smash up the like if this is what your portfolio looks like. I bet this is probably actually a true portfolio of most crypto degens. It's like, all right, I got MOG, Chainlink, and Pepe. No Bitcoin, just Pepe, Chainlink, and MOG. They're like, I know Chainlink's got the most partnerships out of all the crypto. But I'll tell you guys, I don't have any MOG yet. I have not bought any MOG. I don't have any Nero. But out of these, though, I do have Wojak. I have Wojak. I have Ticker Bitcoin, and I have Pepe. And I've had different amounts of Chainlink at different points, but I have a very small bag now. I do want to start accumulating back Chainlink as much as I can because it's still in a good price zone. It's still pretty dang good. And Wojak is actually this coin that I think out of all of those is very undervalued. It's very undervalued. I think it's going to Wojak is going to see its day. It's going to see its day. Bullish chart. Decent amount of holders. It came out around the exact same time as Pepe and SPX 900 and MOG coin. It came out around the same time. It's about a year old. So if you were wondering what another coin you could start to look at and go down the rabbit hole, I would check out Wojak. They don't pay me to tell you that. It'd be cool if they did. I mean, Wojak. I mean, you could pay me in Wojak to tell people to buy Wojak. I mean, we could make that deal happen. We even could, every stream, we'll have it in the contract writer. We'll say, we will do the Wojak Ohm in every single live stream, and we will pull up the chart. And we will tell people how bullish we are on Wojak. Just pay us 1 million Wojak every stream. That's what... If we can make that deal happen. Matrix glitch that deal to happen. So, all right, let's do the Wojak Ohm. I just thought of Ace Ventura when nature calls him and he's like, alrighty then. Alrighty then. Oh, that movie was great. Brings you back to the 90s. The glorious 90s. All right, I think that's it, guys. I don't know if I have anything else to say. Nothing else to talk about. If you guys want to destroy the like button, though, that would be cool. We got 25 of you watching on the old YouTubes. And let's see how many people are watching across all platforms. We don't know because our Restream tab is frozen. Let's see if it'll show us. Uh-oh. Okay, all right. We got 10 people watching on X. We got one Twitch watcher. Shout out to the Twitch watchers. 0 people watching on Facebook. No one watches on Facebook. And then we have 20 people watching on YouTube. So shout out to all you guys. Thank you for tuning in to the second stream of the day. Yeah, we really appreciate you guys. Let's check on the trades one more time. See what's happening. Yeah, I know. What the heck is with XYO? I know. Yeah, I know. It's pumping hard. It's doing a thing. Well, so there's a big partnership. Okay, so there's a big partnership with Cybertruck and Tesla with XYO. I think they're going to be implementing some type of like mapping data, something like they're going to be using XYO services and the blockchain and maybe being able to have your own node inside or operating a Cybertruck XYO node. like inside the Cybertruck. And I think that could be one of the big reasons why it could be pumping. That could be one of the things. You could say that with that partnership, and then also with the things that they've been building, they're really solidifying themselves as like the original DPIN in the space, and they have a really cool functional coin app. It's actually one of the first cryptos we found way back in the day. So yeah, we definitely we want to start stacking up some more XYO. I think that might be our next big buy. We're gonna probably throw some dough on XYO because we'd like to see it do well. We think they're doing great things, and we need to build up that bag. We need to build up the bag. All right, so yeah, I don't know. With that being said, guys, yeah, the trades are coming back. Headband High said, "What do you think it'll actually hit?" XYO, I think it'll go to like 15 cents or 20 cents. If you think about it, what it's doing and what it's actually doing, it's doing stuff compared to most of these things. It could do. I mean, it could do a 2,000. I mean, it could go up 2,000%. I mean, 1,000% is kind of like a kind of conservative at this point. The market cap is only 253 million. I mean, this thing is a 1 billion, easy 1 billion market cap coin. So that's a big move to the upside. And I think that, in its peak, it was at $802 million market cap. So I think it could get to $1 billion, which means it would be at about a 10 cents. You think on the price here, we were at almost 7 cents, 8 cents, I think at the peak. Yeah, 7 cents. So yeah, 10, 15 cents for XYO. Definitely on the cards. It's, you trade it on Coinbase, trade it on, crypto.com and all the big major exchanges. And yep. Yeah, I'm pretty bullish on it. I think this one could actually really it could do like a 1500% move to the upside. Could just start crushing it. So yeah, definitely keep it on the radar. Definitely keep it on the radar. All right. We appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up past 20 before we end this thing. Make sure we do that. It's YouTube's currency. It's how we get these live streams pumping out to the world. YouTube will put this thing out in the search. It'll be the number one thing that people see, but you guys have to destroy the like button for that to happen. If you're watching on the TV, you have to take your remote and you have to hit up, right, select, and that's how you hit the like button on the TV. And yeah, with that being said, guys, we really do appreciate you coming into these live streams recently. If you've been watching for like the past couple months, we really appreciate you. And also, if you were brand new and you've just been kind of coming in and teasing, watching, a couple live streams, crypto live streams, get a feel on this market, we welcome you. And we hope that you come back to another live stream. And we hope our community has been nice and welcoming to you. And we want you to also get familiar with the Discord. Get familiar with the Discord here. We'll show you right here. You can get in the Discord. The links are in the description. And also, if you are wondering what platforms we like to use, guys, we like to use PHEMEX, we like to use BITFLEX, and we like to use OURBIT. So those are the ones that we have been using primarily are those three exchanges. And then, of course, we like to use Coinbase and crypto.com. Got all those links in the description if you want to directly support this channel. And it helps keep the lights on in the studio. So we really do appreciate all of the continued support. And we will see you tomorrow on the live stream at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I think we'll be going on the Moon Show tomorrow. We're not certain. We got our mic figured out, so we won't have any crazy echo or anything like that. It was like echo day today. So if we are going on the Moon Show, make sure you tune into that. And if not, just tune into the Moon Show in general, because it will be debuting at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we hope you guys have a good night. And God bless you and your families. and we will see you tomorrow. Peace out.